You would think a high-profile match with the World Heavyweight Champion would solidify my status in WWE, right? Nope. Just a few months later, I was released. For those of you keeping track at home, this was the second time I was released by WWE. I thought this time I might be done with WWE for good. But not long after my release, I returned at SummerSlam. When WWE called me, they said, hey, if you want to come back, that's for the main event of SummerSlam. You would think a high-profile match with the World Heavyweight Champion would solidify my status in WWE, right? Nope. Just a few months later, I was released. For those of you keeping track at home, this was the second time I was released by WWE.
The Miz and Daniel Bryan have been polar opposites throughout their careers, making for a fierce rivalry. But the weird part is that the indie darling Daniel Bryan, he might have it.
He looks to be losing a bit of leverage here.
And he escapes the submission.
And good thing, that could have been disastrous.
What a stomp.
Good grief. You gotta believe this one's over. Oh, debilitating elbow drop.
Oh, man.
Nailed it.
Boom, what impact. The majority of the WWE Universe here tonight is trying to will Daniel Bryan back into this matchup.
Corey, that's because a lot more people relate to Daniel Bryan than they do The Miz.
Relate to Daniel. The champion into the cover.
Even though Daniel Bryan did not have the best track record as...
Yes! Yes! The Miz wins! The Miz wins!
Here is your winner, and still the United States Champion, The Miz.
Daniel Bryan...
Look at The Miz. He's worked hard, he's charismatic, he's smart. He's Mr. Money in the Bank, and he's the United States Champion.
Well, Michael, he may not be one of those things if he lands in Daniel Bryan's labella lock.
Bryan faced Miz in a submission match on Raw. He made Miz tap faster than a heavy metal drummer. If that happens tonight, we'll have a new United States Champion. Miz was saving himself.
Oh, man, right across the chest.
Oh, shoulder breaker.
Slam with authority.
Every time. Watch it. Miz. The majority of the WWE Universe here tonight is trying to will Daniel Bryan back into this matchup.
Corey, that's because a lot more people relate to Daniel.
He breaks out.
He's not done just yet, Michael.
Between his championship, his briefcase, and his media obligations, Miz is slipping just a little here. He'll bounce back. The two of you discussed Miz's longer title reign resume than Daniel Bryan, but I have to point out that Daniel Bryan just did something Miz hasn't done yet. He main evented SummerSlam. I mean, come on, Daniel Bryan stole that spot at SummerSlam after John Cena begged The Miz to join his team. Also, when The Miz wins here and then cashes in later tonight, he'll have plenty of main events in his future. Whoa! Whoa! Hurricane Rana! Unbelievable athletic. athleticism.
The cover. Why would anyone, please tell me, why would anyone root for Daniel Bryan? He's an indie internet nerd. He doesn't eat meat, he doesn't own a TV, and he has absolutely no personality, and he is a dog named Asparagus.
Oh my gosh, who cares what Daniel Bryan eats or watches or what his dog's name is? He's great in the ring, and for the record, he showed a lot of personality when he called you out after his NXT elimination.
Please. Daniel Bryan always thought he was better than The Miz, but just look at what he's done since dumping Daniel Bryan. He's defending the United States Championship on pay-per-view, formed a tag team with Chris Jericho, and defeated 7 men to win Money in the Bank.
Hey, and that's impressive, but if Daniel Bryan was given those same kind of opportunities, he could be a tag team champion and a Money in the Bank winner.
Byron, you really ticked me off with that comment about The Miz being given opportunities like Money in the Bank. He earned those, and it's internet darlings like Daniel Bryan who everyone expects to get the red carpet treatment.
Oh, internet favorite or not, Daniel Bryan doesn't seem like the type to ask for chances. He's going to take them, and if not, then he'll demand them while trapping you in the label lock.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Daniel Bryan, look at this, Miz.
Just a debilitating neck breaker.
He might just win this thing right here.
There's the cover. Can he do it? Yes! Yes! The Miz wins! The Miz wins!
Here is your winner, and still the United States Champion, The Miz.
The Miz and Daniel Bryan have been polar opposites throughout their careers, making for a fierce rivalry. But the weird part is that the indie darling Daniel Bryan began in WWE, protege of reality star The Miz on NXT.
Miz and Daniel Bryan were teammates in name only. You know, some rookie relationships. Miz and Bryan, however, hated each other from the very start.
Nasty impact. Beautiful technique.
Harsh impact. Now that got those shoulders on the mat. Yes! Yes! The Miz wins! The Miz wins!
Here is your winner, and still the United States Champion, The Miz.
Look at The Miz. He's worked hard, he's charismatic, he's smart, he's Mr. Money in the Bank, and he's the United States Champion.
Well, Michael, he may not be one of those things if he lands in Daniel Bryan's label lock.
Bryan faced Miz in a submission match on Raw, and he made Miz tap faster than a heavy metal drummer. If that happens tonight, we'll have a new United States champion.
Miz was saving himself.
Big backdrop.
What a stomp. Good grief. Oh, man, right to the arm.
Hyperextend your elbow.
Oh, man, right to the arm.
Hyperextend your elbow. Missile drop kick finds its mark. Oof. Head scissors applied. And ooh, look at this.
Here we go. Daniel Bryan is in position.
He doesn't look too eager to get up, and I don't blame him.
This looks to be a barn burner, gentlemen. These two guys hate each other.
Corey, come on. This is WWE's fastest rising star, and Daniel Bryan, he's a nerdy vegan. Bryan's got no chance here tonight. Good golly, what a knee.
Majority of the WWE Universe here tonight is trying to will Daniel Bryan back into this matchup.
Corey, that's because a lot more people relate to Daniel Bryan than they do The Miz.
Relate to Daniel Bryan? How can you relate to a guy who doesn't own a TV? Eat meat!
Michael may have ragged on Daniel Bryan's diet, but that quote-unquote nerdy vegan is WWE's most effective submission expert.
And Miz is as crafty as the day is long. That makes for a pretty interesting confrontation.
Wow, that was some reversal by Daniel Bryan.
I believe Daniel Bryan has a strong chance of winning tonight. The guy was trained by Shawn Michaels, who must have taught Bryan a thing or two about high-pressure matches.
What has happened to you, Corey? You've turned into another Saxton. Yeah, and Daniel Bryan was also trained by The Miz. Quite frankly, Bryan should have listened to The Miz more and going for broke.
He's definitely starting to lose it here.
You know what? He breaks out.
He's not done just yet, Michael. Delivering the shin breaker. The Miz is doing all he can to damage Daniel Bryan to negate that dangerous lapel lock.
I don't want to negate more than that. Bryan has submissions we haven't seen for years in WWE.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Oh, the reversal by The Miz. The Miz is looking at this. Neckbreaker.
The champ needs to hurry here. I don't know why anyone's surprised.
The champion into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Yes, yes, The Miz wins. The Miz wins.
Here is your winner, and still the United States Champion, The Miz.
The entirety of Daniel Bryan's career in WWE, he's had a rival in the form of The Miz, and it's plain to see why, since the polar opposite stars have been forced to interact at so many points.
Michael, those two did not get along when The Miz was assigned to be Daniel Bryan's mentor. Bryan had much better wrestling skills, but The Miz argued that Bryan lacked charisma.
3. This might be it.
Oh, my.
4. Ring rattling. Between his championship, his briefcase, and his media obligations, Miz is slipping just a little here. He'll bounce back.
Ooh, what impact.
Absolutely has to get back in the ring.
There's no way around it.
8. Boom, what impact. 9. Oh, come on, not like this. This is not how I wanted to see this end. Look at The Miz. He's worked hard, he's charismatic, he's smart, he's Mr. Money in the Bank, and he's the United States Champion.
Well, Michael, he may not be one of those things if he lands in Daniel Bryan's lapel lock.
Bryan faced Miz in a submission match on Raw, and he made Miz tap faster than a heavy metal drummer. If that happens tonight, we'll have a new United States Champion.
Miz was saving himself.
Oh, nasty impact.
Got to be careful not to get counted out here. I just cannot believe the disrespect The Miz had to endure at the hands of Daniel Bryan. All he wanted to do on NXT was help Bryan, and that vegan nerd never listened.
Whoa, whoa, disrespect? Disrespect? The Miz slapped Daniel Bryan in the face on the very first episode of NXT. If I were ever to be on NXT, I'd never take that kind of abuse from my bro.
You on NXT? 6.
You guys brought up Miz and Bryan's relationship on NXT. Obviously, Bryan can't learn any new moves from The Miz, but ironically, Bryan's hatred of The Miz did awaken the personality Miz said Bryan lacked.
Nailed it. Daniel Bryan took the Miz's spot at SummerSlam last month, and if he keeps this up, he'll take the U.S. title too.
Byron. Oh, I hate to see it end like this.
After I defeated The Miz, my WWE career really started to take off. I won the Money in the Bank briefcase and then cashed it in to beat The Big Show for my first World Heavyweight Championship.
Can you believe it? Daniel Bryan is the new World Heavyweight Champion.
But for every step forward, it seemed like I took 2 steps back.
We're in Boston in a building where many great champions have been crowned, and right now, the tag team titles are on the line. The champions, Kofi Kingston and R-Truth against the unlikely team of Daniel Bryan and Kane.
Talk about an odd couple, Michael. With everything we've seen from Bryan and Kane in the past few weeks, I gotta wonder if Dr. Shelby's anger management therapy can turn these two into a cohesive unit.
What do you know about therapists, Saxton? They've been thrusted into this position while the champions have been centered around their teamwork for the past 5 months. Kane and Bryan only have anger management in common. I wouldn't call that a building block towards tag team titles.
DDT! Impact. Setting it up. Neck breaker. That could be it. Kane. Is he done? And he releases the hold.
I don't think he had it fully locked in.
I need to say, guys, if Daniel Bryan and Kane can work together and win here tonight, Dr. Shelby deserves a Nobel Peace Prize.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble, Cole, but I have it on good authority that Dr. Shelby isn't even a certified therapist. My sources on the health board say he dropped out of medical school to visit Tibet on some kind of spiritual excursion.
And he tags his partner in.
Momentum has certainly shifted here, Michael.
Ooh, what impact. You gotta believe this one's over. Oh, what a DDT. Wow. What a strike. Look out, there he goes.
Knocked right off his feet. Oh, Kane's got the claw! Kane's got the claw!
Kane with a vice-like grip on his opponent's skull.
I think this is the beginning of the end, Michael.
You know, I have to say, I have seen some progress in Kane and Daniel Bryan's anger management. I don't think they are all the way there, but there's been definite progress.
That's Kane, uh-oh. Oh, boy.
Choke slam straight to hell.
This might be the opportunity he needed.
He's got him covered.
1, 2.
He's not done fighting yet.
Not yet. I think I hear R-Truth calling out for help from little Jimmy. Maybe Truth should ask Kofi first.
In comparing Daniel Bryan and Kane's progress in therapy, I think they're two...
Penny predicament. This guy's a competitor. He's not going down yet.
Gonna take more than that.
Incredible impact.
Leading up to this match, a lot of praise was thrown on Kofi and R-Truth. Kofi being a 3-time Intercontinental Champion and both having time as United States Champion. Well, Daniel Bryan has his accolades as well.
Of course, Daniel Bryan won the United States Championship at this same pay-per-view 2 years ago against The Miz. He also went on to win a Money in the Bank and become a World Heavyweight Champ. Here's the cover.
Bringing up Daniel Bryan's time as World Heavyweight Champion, he did lose that title in only 18 seconds to Sheamus at WrestleMania.
Why? Why do you have to go and bring that up, Saxton? You know Daniel's in a fragile state right now, and you bring up a moment where he was caught off guard and hit by a not outlawed road kick.
Oh boy, he is rolling.